It's finally here, everyone. The big wedding day for Delaney Ward, now Delaney Cox, to Garrett Cox. We've been working so hard on this event, and I'm so excited to share the event from my perspective. So come along with me for all the behind the scenes. Let's get to it.
Good morning, everyone. It is wedding day. It is 6:20 in the morning. I'm going on the first bridal Walmart run of the day, getting some snacks, some press-on nails because these look a little rough, and some other essentials, but you know, months of hard work, the last few days of really hard work, it all come down to this, so stay tuned.
As I left the hotel that morning, the sunrise really spoke to me and reminded me of an Irish blessing for a wedding day. It reads, "Lucky stars above you and sunshine on your way, many friends to love you, enjoy and work and play, laughter to outweigh each care, and in your heart a song, gladness waiting everywhere, all your whole life long." This one speaks to me for the whole vibe of the wedding. So it's now 7:15, wedding day morning, and oh man, this Walmart, this is Elko, Nevada. So it's not, even though it's considered a city, I would say a lot of people would still consider it to be a small town. It's not as big as obviously a Reno or a Carson City or a Vegas, of course, but when they post on the Walmarts here, they open at 6 a.m. They're lying. They don't open until 6:45. And, you know, I went in there, picked up all the snacks for the bridesmaids. Groomsmen are on their own. Got some iced coffee from bottled Dunkin'. Yep, that'll do the trick. And next up, I'm gonna get back to the hotel. We're gonna rally the bridesmaids that are in the hotel, get everybody together into the bride's room. Picked up a few last minute things for her, and then I found on clearance these super cute little turquoise scrunchies for our flower girls, and I grabbed another lip color in case I hate it, and my press-ons. So that is where we're at. This is the reality of wedding days, is that the bride just texted me. The reality of wedding days is that they're not glamorous. Like, everyone's waking up. I mean, the wedding itself is glamorous, but everyone's just waking up, functioning, you know? And I feel like there's an image in a lot of people's heads. They have to wake up and immediately go into the full wedding shebang. There's chores and stuff to do first, y'all. Take your time, take it easy, take a deep breath, and at the end of the day, we're all gonna get there. We're gonna have a beautiful wedding day, and let's just relax. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna text this bride back, and we're gonna get headed over. Okay, so we've delivered the snacks. We've gotten the bride's father his navy hat and gloves to go with his dress whites. We got him an iron. Now I need to round up all of our bridesmaids, flower girls, and get everybody ready for hair and makeup. So here we go.
You guys, you might want to think about getting some blades. You get pretty chubby. Only modeling moment, okay? Never been tall enough.
So everyone is ready. We are dressed, and now we are waiting to drive to the venue. And I have to make boutonnières when we get there. So wish me luck with these nails on. So some tips for handling live florals in a wedding setting. It was a very warm day. It wasn't hot, but it was definitely warm. We had a huge walk-in freezer in the venue, and we were able to keep these flowers nice and cold. So bore some holes down in some ice and just continue to, after setting your flowers, keep them on ice, and that'll keep them as nice as possible. And I did that for the bouquets and the boutonnières. Now this is the final look at some of our scapes that we did for this wedding. This is the final look of our memorial table, memorializing all of the friends and past family members. And we added a candle for that as well. These are our wall scapes. We use these large A-frame fence type plankings to hang some photos from and some other of the bridal gifts, and also to help conceal some piping and wiring for safety reasons. And then we just added some little decorative decor on top. These were our final tables with the cloth folded turquoise napkins for a pop of color. We did add some of the remaining white roses to some of the table centerpieces, but not all had them. Here are some more of these photos. I will give Sterling all the credit in the world for coming up with the idea of the large photos and having them printed on this beautiful glossy mat that they can use in their home together. So moving on across this big stall wall, we had our 3 rope wreaths that we've also made in a previous DIY video, and they were just the sweetest little pop of color without being too over the top for this wall area. And I'm sure you're probably noticing that these tables don't have chairs. The chairs are down at the ceremony area, and we asked our guests when they were done sitting in them to bring their chairs with them. This is our serving area before the chaos of putting food out. We just had a few little decor touches in each corner, and they didn't really take up a ton of room, but we still moved some of them out of the way anyway because the food is always more important than the decor. Just some little pops of blues and turquoises, lots of greenery, and the barn actually was painted with some of the greens that I used, which was awesome. This was the cake serving table, and look how cute that cake topper is. Now, this is the final head table look. As you can see, we added some white roses to the head table as well. And there's a gap right here in the centerpiece for where a surprise will be arriving shortly. And then the gaps in between the flowers are where we're going to also lay the bouquets after the ceremony. So that way we don't have to worry about them getting trampled or left behind or anything like that. And they made for a really beautiful piece of completed decor. So this is the final head table look. The bridal party did not have to carry their chairs back because we were already carrying a lot. Now here is the guest book. Now this is not a book, obviously. It's a beautiful wall frame with some cowhide in the center and their official married branded. And this will be beautiful decor for them to keep up in their home for the rest of forever with wonderful little sentiments and messages from the guests all around on the wood. And I thought that the turquoise markers were really cute to bring in that color palette. Don't worry, we did move the ladders and tables, but this area is where we asked people to leave their gifts and cards and step into our ceremony space before all the hubbub begins. And it was so sweet and delicate and whimsical and just reminded me of stepping into a secret garden. But here is the final look of Mom's memorial chair. For her saved seat, as you can see, we have some turquoise added to her bouquet to further tie her with her daughter. And finally, let's talk about this piece. This beautiful altar piece was made by the bride's father, and it's using some quaky branches from the native trees in the area, just a few little tiny pops of some blue and turquoise roses, a beautiful little wagon wheel, and then hanging are some of the bride's spurs and headstalls and bridles and a rope just to finish off the Western vibes.
It's wedding time! Woo!
As you can see, post-ceremony, we did go ahead and lay the bridesmaids' bouquets down, and then in this big gap is where the bride's is gonna go. And here's a big surprise. The 2 leather koozies and then the turquoise deer head were made by her cousins. Now, they helped so much in putting together this wedding, so a huge shout out to all of the Wards, Jason, Joe, and Susie and their kids. Thank you so much. Now, here is a peek inside of some cowboy culture. This is called a branding ceremony. Now, you see these often at weddings. This one we're branding a decorative dining room table to remember all the family and friends that were there to support them on their special day. But you also sometimes see branding ceremonies at housewarmings, even baby showers, all sorts of events. Now, our bridal party decided to provide some entertainment while people were making their way inside from the branding ceremony by having a quick little dance off in the middle of our dance floor and demonstrating some of their excellent Western swing, cowboy swing skills and 2-step skills. And speaking of dancing, even the littlest members of our family were welcome onto the dance floor. The groom's 2 little nieces both wanted a special turn before they had to go home to bed, and so they got to spend some special time with their uncle and their new auntie. And how sweet are these 2 little girls and their matching skirts? We could not get enough of them. They are being blessed with the best auntie. We're so excited to welcome them in.
If she loved you once, she'll love you forever. And she has 4 tattoos to prove it. There's so many things I want to say, but we'll be here for another 7 years. I want to take this opportunity to talk about the things I've learned from her. Number 1, have fun in dates. During any sports season, when we go to a And during any sports season, when we would go play basketball, volleyball, when we hear music in the gym, the moment we hear the song Lupe, we would stop to do what we were doing and run behind each other and sure enough dance the song Lupe. So I am going to whip and even when we walked across the stage after receiving our high school diplomas, you bet we whipped and Navy. Number 2, don't take things so personal and stop being so serious. She didn't just stack pillows on me when I was asleep. She also threw ice on me when I was in the shower. Yeah. Number 3, I know I can always count on you.
My whole life I've always said how many people love my daughter. They love a lot of me. She's my daughter. Since 99, this night a lot of fathers look forward to. If you got little girls, get ready. Some of you already know what I'm talking about. I worried my whole life. Who's going to marry my little girl? You know, would her mother approve? Would I have to approve? You know, but I'll tell you what. I'm going to lay my cards out on the table. Don't you be carried away with it. I'll tell you what. If this was an arranged marriage and he was on the list, by God, this is a kid out of date right here. I'm happy she waited a long time. Find the right guy, and I think she did. And she better have, because you know how all that shit. Most of you out there, the family and friends, most of you know what we've been through. You know, I won't make it real sad, you know. She lost her mama. And I worried, you know, from day one how that means, but she turned out to be just like her mother. Her grandparents and her families there, she knows she's a walking spit and talking into her mother. Thank God. She's got her mother's intelligence, she's doing great college. Garrett's mother said one time, he said, you know what, you better marry that girl, because you're not going to find a little girl in your generation that's like her.
Amen.
And he goes, I'm going, Mom, as soon as I talk to her dad. So anyhow, I'm proud as I'm battling, but I'm proud as punch. I watched this little girl grow up through things little girls shouldn't have to go through, but I think it made her a better woman. Garrett, my godson, I love you. I can call you son now. I got 3 incredible sons, but now I got 4. And that's the way I look at it. You are now my son. I hope you realize that. So I'm going to talk to you the same way I talked to them, so we know.
Okay. Again, thank you to everyone that came here tonight to celebrate HeyDay. It means the world to us to have all of you guys here. So thank you.
And Gilbert on the side. 3, 2, 1. There we go.
You already gave her away! We signed the paperwork! It's legal! The lady is sold!
Don't get that right around. Where's the best man when you do this? Oh.
we're gonna go ahead and close this video out with some thank yous. So starting off with the most important thing of the day, the food. Thank you to Krystal Smith and the HeyDay catering team from Smith Valley for handling the dinner. Thank you to Lupe for doing the pig in the ground. Thank you to Uncle Bill for driving 3,000 miles to do the slow smoked brisket. And thank you to Jason and Joe for the rehearsal dinner and helping with all of the cooking. Thank you to Susie Ward for the last minute coordinating help and errand running. Thank you to the Giovacchinis for all of their help and support over the 3-day event. Thank you to cousins Bailey Thomas and Chelsea Osborne for the bride's hair and makeup. And thank you to Grammy M. Halterman and Trish Thomas for handling her dress. Thank you to Chad Polson and Tim for DJing the event, and Kelly O'Keefe and Julie Pineda for the photo and video work. Thank you to Travis and Jen Ward for driving across the country to handle the live stream, wrangling all the kids and keeping everyone calm. Thank you to J. Pat Branch for officiating and blessing the ceremony and marriage. Thank you to the bridesmaids, Brienne, Sadie, Cammie, Tonya, Josie, Chantal, for just all of your help with the decor and floral, and Tonya for helping with all the makeup, Josie to her mom for making the cake. Shout out to the groomsmen for being on time. Good job, gentlemen. Thank you to the Cox family for all of their help and support and setup and the day of the event. And thank you to JC Ward for putting on this beautiful event for his daughter. You did a wonderful job. And in closing, I wish a lifetime of blessings for Delaney and Garrett as they move on into this new chapter of life.